I earned my degree online at Arizona State University. I chose to get my degree at ASU because I knew that I'd get a quality education, they were recognized for excellence, and that I would be prepared for the workforce upon graduating. To be associated with ASU, both as a student and alum, it makes me extremely proud, and having experienced the program, I know now that I'm set up for success. Learn more at asuonline.asu.edu.
Off the bench with Jacob Hester and Matt Flynn.
Okay, here we go.
Where the plays get broken down and science gets denied.
Hey, they said I gotta come off the bench.
Hour 2 of Off the Bench, live from the Raising Cane studio.
Welcome back in. Hour number 2 of OTB. We got our guy Shea Dixon joining us in about 30 minutes from now. We got our guy Nick Underhill, New Orleans Football, joining us in an hour. So a lot still coming your way here on OTB. Of course, we got OTB Mailbag in the next segment. Here in this segment, I know that there's still some players that are in the transfer portal. I'm not sure who put the Colorado lineman in there. Tete, is that you or Alondra? Tete, you put that in there. Obviously, that was a player that a lot of people knew in high school recruiting. He has put himself into the portal, and I see the breakdown here. Quite qualified to come in and play wherever he goes.
Yeah, I mean, he was a Matt will love this 5-star plus.
Yeah,
coming out of high school.
A plus?
Yeah, that's me that makes fun of that.
There's a plus.
Oh, that's you. Okay,
yeah,
so
it's me that makes fun of that.
All it means is you were a 5-star in every recruiting service. It's just consensus 5-star is what they used to call it. Now you're a 5-star plus. I guess it's better for the report card or something. But, you know, he played last year, second team All Big 12, midseason All-American by Sporting News and Athlons. He was a quarterfinalist for the Lombardi Award. He was the Big 12 lineman of the week, weeks 1, 3, and 4 of the season. I mean, this is a guy that he'd come in, he'd plug and play left tackle in all likelihood. And you need a guy to come in and plug and play left tackle because Tyree Adams is in the transfer portal, and there's been no news on whether or not you were getting him back or not. So you have a huge void there, and this guy could fill it.
Jordan Seaton is the player that we are talking about, and I don't know if y'all remember. I mean, he was a big recruit. It was like one of Deion Sanders' big gets, and it was like, okay, Seaton, like it's not just transfer portal players; it's players out of high school as well. So this was like a huge one. I remember at the time. And players like that are still in the portal. There's still a lot of depth there in the portal. Now, again, like you just got the number 1 overall rated player in the portal at the quarterback position, any position in Sam Leavitt. But your next move is going to be protecting said Sam Leavitt. And so, like, that's where your attention, I think, has to certainly change. And your focus now is fully on.
So, Taylor, how many offensive linemen does that make for LSU in the portal?
How many have they added?
Yeah.
3. Satterwhite from Tennessee, Jacoby Jones, and Jaquan Sprinkle. And then you return Braylon Moore and Weston Davis. So you have 5. You technically got enough to play.
We can play ball.
But I think you need a little bit more than that.
I would like to get about 5 more.
Yeah, it'd be nice.
We kind of talked about what you needed, I mean, as far as tackles and guards and swing position players. So, like, you know, those are the things that you got to make sure, without a doubt, you get like 8 guys that you feel like are starting quality. 8 guys that you'll go to battle with. They'll travel every game, travel list. Here's the 8. Here's our 5 guys. Here's our swing tackle. Here's our swing guard. Here's our guy that can play center and also guard. I don't ever need to see your backup center be your first guy in at tackle ever again. Yeah, like that's something I don't need to ever see. Mm-hmm. That was a problem. That was egregious. And I'm not throwing shade at another player. Like, they asked you to do it, so all you can do is go out and try. But that should never be the case where your backup center goes out to the most important position outside of quarterback, maybe in football, at left tackle to protect the quarterback. In the Vanderbilt game, when that did happen, he was put in the quarterback's lap multiple times. And I don't even like the center position compared to being out there on an island by yourself.
Right.
They're not even remotely the same.
Yeah, I was in a lot of offensive line, or a lot of teams, right, and multiple teams in the NFL, and all through college. I don't ever remember being like there's always an emergency center. So there's a center. There's usually a backup center. That backup center usually rotates for guards. So he's guard center, interior offensive line. I don't ever remember, but then there was like an emergency guy. So a guy that doesn't ever snap in practice, but he gets snaps like once a week, like on like quarterback center exchange drill, just to like make sure he can still snap. That's always been a guard. I don't ever remember like even an emergency backup center being a tackle or somebody that can go out and play tackle. Now, sometimes you have injuries during a game and like you've only dressed 8 linemen and 2 of them have got hurt during the game or whatever. And yeah, you have to have a center or guard go play tackle, but that's not out of design. That's not a choice. So usually tackles are tackles for a reason because that's what they excel at. They're good at pass protection. They're good at being on an island. They're a little bit lengthier. They have longer arms. Usually guards and centers are a little bit squattier. They're a little bit more agile. They can pull. They can run. They're usually different body builds and different types of offensive linemen.
You did also add the tackle from Kentucky, Darren Shea, yesterday.
Oh, yeah. Right after the show.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
It
great
was,
call.
it was during the show.
It was. That's true.
Breaking news, Matt.
Yeah, breaking news. Darren
Matt.
Shea.
Darren Strait.
Y'all
You heard it.
Kentucky.
You
Right
heard
now?
Alondra.
You have 4.
You got it.
So there's
Alondra,
actually
Darren
4,
Shea.
but also
And but like he looks the part.
yeah, he does. There's there's a couple linemen from Ole Miss that have hit the portal, but there's one that was committed to LSU before he flipped to Ole Miss, Devin Harper.
Yeah, from Shreveport.
Yeah, true freshman, was committed to the Tigers, but then flipped to Ole Miss. Now his former coach that he flipped to is here, so that's somebody that maybe you could keep your eye on.
Yep.
That might be able to come play for LSU if Lane Kiffin can get it done.
Yeah, and then
the
you got
other
James Craig
O-lineman-
as well,
Yeah.
the assistant O-line coach
Yes.
that's now back here.
Yeah.
The other O-lineman that entered was Delano Townsend. I had his name in here, but right before the show, he actually announced he's withdrawing from the transfer portal. So Delano Townsend going back to Ole Miss. But yeah, Devin Harper certainly still an option. And then
Yeah.
I mean that could be another ad. Delano Townsend.
All right.
He started 12 games for him this year. Didn't grade out super high, but that's always a little,
But you know who's grading, am I right?
Yeah.
When did you flip? Or you always been like that?
What?
The Pro Football Focus.
I think he's always been like
Have
that.
you? Okay.
Yeah.
I think I like Pro Football Focus has some really, really awesome stuff, awesome tools. Like
You
the
don't like
grade.
the
The
grade?
grading to me is the grading's okay because I think there's some relevance to the grading portion of it. I think some of the stuff they grade is good, but some of the stuff that they grade, like missed assignments, like there's no way to grade missed
You know the
assignments
scheme?
unless you know what the assignment is, right? And what the assignment could be based on what the coverage is or like an offensive lineman, what front were they given? Did the guard mess up? But what did the center call? Like, did the center screw up the call? You know what I mean? Like, you can grade a one-on-one battle.
Yeah, and there's I think
can
there
grade
is
that, right?
some of the stuff that if you've watched enough football, you know, oh man, center's got to slide that, like
Yeah.
that kind of
But
stuff.
if
But I hear
Anybody that grades a 20, you're grading missed assignments as well. Nobody in any level is
you. Have
losing.
you watched Cesar Ruiz?
Yeah, but he's not losing. But there's multiple times where he's not one-on-one, right? So it's like you're not losing 8 out of 10 of your battles because it's not just always one-on-one. So anyway, and I don't like what I was also disagreeing with. I don't like it being just put out there at the beginning of a game for the whole world to see as well.
In the starting lineup.
Again, in the starting lineup, these kids are saying their name.
They're like
and
getting
they're-
Drewski'd all over.
yeah,
the
like
internet.
what a dream come true it is for them to like play and like they're living, and then it's like, oh, there's his name. Oh, congratulations for starting, but you're the worst.
Right.
You're actually the worst player in the league.
Like that doesn't matter. Like the game is 0-0. Like let these kids go play football instead of like telling every world, well, this guy sucks.
We'll say
Well,
there
I
was I think it was the
Shoe
bowl
fits
game.
with the Chargers offensive line.
Yeah, well, let's save that for after and before the game. But like the game just started.
I think it was the bowl
Relax.
game. We all came in here. We were like, yeah, we thought Tamarcus Cooley had a pretty good game, and he was like one of the lowest graded players. like from PFF that game.
That's
So every
the
now
thing,
and
it's
then,
like-
there is.
Well,
and how are you going to grade a quarterback?
Like the things like on that one, it's like I do think Tamarcus made a lot of plays, but he did take like a really poor angle on the long run, and like the grading scale, like how far you get knocked. Like is a mess up like that, like drag you way down, or is it just like any other play? Like that, those are probably some of the questions.
Again, like how are you going to grade a quarterback's performance? You don't know. You don't know, like if he alerted to the right thing or flipped the right play or checked to the right running pass or the pass. Like you can grade throws. You can grade the physical stuff. Like I started out the season trying to grade quarterbacks. Like I was like, I'm going to turn on this film and grade. I was like, well, that's an ungradable play. That's an ungradable play. Ungradable. Okay, that was a good throw. I can grade that. I can grade the physical throw. I can grade his footwork even. I can grade on what I think his read is and progression is, but I can't know for sure to sit there and give a grade to tell the whole world what it is when the game starts when he announces his name. Like, there's no way to do it.
Well, and you played this position at the highest level. Like, I love when I see people on Twitter, this guy can't play. He stares down his primary receiver. You don't know who his primary receiver is. Mm-hmm. You're Joe Blow sitting there on the couch. You have no idea.
Yep. And
what if that's his third guy?
And like if you play, if you know, like you can, based on, there's only so many route concepts out there, so you know what the route concept, how to attack it is, right? So what coverage it is. Okay, this is Hank concept versus cover 3. I know what the progression is, right? This is, a curl flat. This is a double post. Like I know how to read those plays versus every coverage. So you can, but you also, so you can guess what the grade is, but you really don't know what he's being taught. This is like the offensive line this year. Like, I can see them not getting to the second level and not making their blocks, but I don't know what they're being taught. But if I see it from multiple people, these guys are, talented coming out of high school, blah, blah, blah. Like, at some point, it doesn't fall on the kid all the time. But let's put it out there for the world to see. Sunday Night Football.
I mean, those aren't kids. Those are professionals.
Okay.
And if you've had to watch Bozeman play center,
professional.
If you had to watch Bozeman play all season long too, like that was pretty fair.
What's the definition of a professional football player?
If you're in the National Football League.
Is it?
Yep.
What's the definition of a professional?
A football player, if you're playing at the highest level.
I said professional.
What?
I didn't say professional football player. What's the definition of professional?
I don't know. Look it up.
Make money at doing a certain thing.
Go to Webster. Go to Webster.com.
Miriam.
I don't know why are you asking that?
Because only college kids are professional football players.
Engaged in a specific activity as one's main paid occupation.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Either way, like I don't really have a problem with that because I don't know. I guess like we got graded in good or bad. Like,
sure.
Did you play well? Did you play bad?
According to who is my thing.
All right, he's not getting off that hill. We'll get off this hill, and we got a little OTB mailbag when we come back. Stay locked in here. We got Shea Dixon joining us in 15 minutes from now to break down what the portal class looks like right now, what it looks like in the future. We'll have all that for you when we jump back here on OTB.
Off the bench.
All right, go to centralplumbing.org. Not only in Central, though, the entire greater Baton Rouge area, we are talking to you. And remember, 24/7, 365 weekend holiday game day number. A new number. So make sure you take this one down. 225-500-0774. Again, 225-500-0774. They're going to be able to come help you with any emergency problem that you have. It's not only in emergencies, though. If you're looking to upgrade, if you're looking to remodel at your home, at your business, they can certainly come in and do that. If you're looking to go tankless today with a tankless water heater, never run out of hot water, they got that as well. Go to centralplumbing.org.
Yeah, tankless water heaters. They are, if you don't have one at your house, like, probably need to look into getting that because especially like we got 3 young kids. You come in the evening and you got to do dishes. You got to wash laundry. The kids take a bath. The shower's getting cleaned up. You can never have enough hot water, so never run out again. The professional Central Plumbing, centralplumbing.org, commercial, residential, whatever it is, centralplumbing.org.
Locked in on LSU football 24/7. You're listening to Off the Bench.
By the record machine, I knew he must have been about 17. He was going strong, playing my favorite song. long, the hills with me. Yeah, me. And I could tell it wouldn't be long, the hills with me. Yeah, me. Singing. I love rock and roll. Sweet love time in the jukebox, baby. I love rock and roll. Slow take time and dance with me. Smile so I got up.
All right, welcome back in. OTB here live from the Raising Cane studio. Before we get to a little OTB mailbag, make sure you get those mailbag questions inside the Bayou 4 chat. We'll get to as many as we can here in this segment. Also want to remind you about our friends over at Rouse's Market. Go check them out, rouses.com. Find that location that is nearest you. Once you get there, check out all the specials that they've got. The weekly ad right there on the homepage. And when you go into your local Rouse's, just know, incredibly easy. If you're like planning dinner and you walk in, they've already got it planned for you. You pick up the main dish, you pick up the sides, all right there at their deli. Don't forget about like king cake season right now. They've got the incredible Dr. Pepper king cake going on right now, but any different flavor of king cake that you can imagine, they've got right there when you walk into your local Rouse's. Go to rouses.com. Again, rouses.com. All right, let's get to a little OTB mailbag.
I have this special delivery for off the bench. And look, it is marked most urgent.
We'll be writing to you.
The internet.
What the is the internet?
All right, let's see. Hashtag OTB Mailbag. Should CTE OTB do a baseball tailgate? And if so, which series? Gonna lean on Alondra for this one.
Would not be the Tennessee one because that was home last season.
We're going to do like a
Mississippi
tent thing?
State is away. Texas, maybe? I think Texas might be here.
Okay.
Because we were at Texas last.
Anybody out there got like a big ass tent?
I'm sure we can find some tailgating supplies.
We got a few tents here, Matt.
Yeah.
And we don't have Texas this year. Oh, we have Texas A&M here. That's the last series. Oh, no, it's not.
We got Oklahoma.
Texas A&M series?
The A&M series would probably be good.
A&M would be good.
We're
I'm
at
down.
Ole Miss.
As long as it takes like absolutely zero planning effort.
Like somebody does it for us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like zero
we
to
just
no
show
effort
up.
at all. Yeah, for sure.
Show up, slap an OTB sign on like a white table.
Yeah,
done.
absolutely. We'll bring the turnover chain.
A&M's not till like April, though.
We'll find the series. We'll give you 3 weeks ahead of time.
We open with Milwaukee.
Okay.
Yeah,
You can give us a breakdown of Milwaukee?
I can do
got
some
a good team
research.
this year. They're in the portal hard.
Big drinkers.
We actually host Indiana, too.
I wonder if they're sponsored by Miller.
And Notre Dame. Matt.
Signetti.
And Notre Dame. Wow.
Wow.
Hashtag OTB Mailbag. What's your favorite Lynn Rollins call?
He's tougher than a green pine cone.
Oh, that's pretty
It's always
good.
been. I think that was Bo Jordan when he was getting hit with all the pitches. He said he's tougher than a green pine cone.
Bears midnight home run walk-off last year versus Tennessee.
Yeah, I think that's mine.
Yeah.
I think that's mine as well. I mean, he's all the
They're all
Linnisms
great.
are incredible.
Yeah.
I mean, even like the standard pucker over and kiss that baby goodbye,
Yes.
the heart and soul that man puts in that call every time. Hashtag OTB Mailbag. Who has more CTE, Jake or Matt? And me, for sure.
Jake.
Yeah. Played fullback.
I had a red jersey on most of the time.
So you're just naturally
Or
like
a green
that.
jersey with Les Miles. Just natural. It comes natural.
What's up with y'all's green
I don't
jerseys?
know. It's a weird thing, right?
I didn't like those.
I wonder. So, correct me if I'm wrong. If you remember this, Jake, but I think he didn't want red jerseys because when he was at Oklahoma State, he didn't want his quarterbacks wearing Oklahoma colors.
So Les was big about hating red because of Ohio State, Oklahoma, and Alabama.
There we go.
So he was really weird about wearing red. Like even if
With
you
the
wore
green.
red, like in the team meeting room, like he was kind of weird about it.
I believe when Orgeron first got here, the quarterbacks wore gold. I believe so.
Yeah, that sounds right too.
Because I know Edling wore a lot of gold.
Yeah, the gold is sweet. Yeah, the
Now they
green
just go
jersey
red.
was a little. Like I wore the green jersey every day at practice. It was kind of weird looking back on it.
Remember me and my dad, we read the sports section of the newspaper every Sunday. Yes, that's something that I did as a child. I know. And it's like the picture of the quarterbacks, and it's like green jerseys. I'm like, I don't think that's right.
Yeah, red jerseys for my every other team.
Hashtag OTB Mailbag. ESPN said Matt LaFleur wants to get top 5 head coaching money to re-sign with the Packers. Do you think he's a top 5 NFL head coach? And if not, where would you rank him? I'm throwing this one directly to you.
No, but he's in the top 10.
I think Matt LaFleur's a really good coach.
Yeah, he's not top 5.
They've had struggles, certainly in the playoffs, obviously, but offense is always playing well. They kind of go. I get it. I get the whole smoke around Matt LaFleur because of the expectations for the Green Bay Packers are always there. Title town, blah blah blah. Which hadn't been title town for a long time. But he's definitely a top 10 coach, and he ain't 10.
Top 10 and ain't 10.
But top 5 paid does not always
True.
reciprocate who the top 5 are. Like it just
That's true.
depends on the timing of the contract. Essentially, look at any position in the
Look
NFL.
at the quarterbacks 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Trevor Lawrence. This was 2 years ago.
Yep.
Trevor Lawrence was the highest paid quarterback in the league.
The biggest knock I've heard on Matt LaFleur is he's had basically one of, if not the highest paid quarterbacks for every single year he's been a coach there. That's the biggest knock that I've heard. But who are you going to replace him with that's better? It's just a lot of this stuff in the playoffs comes down to certainly being skillful, but it comes down to luck too. Like, did your team have the fastball that day? I mean, it's just who's making a play, who's not. I mean, the Texans are lucky to win that game last night. C.J. Stroud played awful. Gave the ball away. Like, they could have the best season in the world. Your quarterback has one stinker and you lose it. Like, they should have. If the Steelers offense would have shown much of a pulse, and taken advantage of that stuff. Now it's hard against that defense, but no, I don't think he should be fired.
I mean, who do we have top 5? Shanahan, McVay, Vrabel, Sirianni.
No,
I mean, I don't know. I'd have to sit down. Yeah, I'd have to sit down and because Andy Reid's kind of got that Kirby Smart to him where he might not be the first thing because you're thinking of other new, bright, shiny things.
Andy's up there.
But it's Andy Reid's still
Andy's definitely up
Andy
there.
Reid.
Shanahan, McVay.
Shanahan's
I'd have
incredible.
to think about it. I don't want to just shoot from the hip on this one.
But Matt LaFleur is not top 5. Top
No,
10, yes.
I don't have LaFleur.
And any first-year person is not top
No,
5. They
yeah.
can't be. Even if
we don't
there's
know
a
about
Not
lot
even
of,
Liam
there's
Cohen.
there's a lot of first-year guys that are in it
Yeah.
still, which is wild to say, right?
Where do you have
first-year head coaches? They're head coaches for a reason because the team stunk.
Where do you have Rabes?
I got Vrabel
I
in
think
the
he's
top
top
5 right
5.
now. Mike Vrabel got the Titans the 1 seed in the AFC and made it to the AFC Championship. Look what they've done since they fired him.
Hadn't gone great, Bob. Hadn't gone great for them. I think he's a stud.
Yeah, it is. That's a hard list to put together because,
Yeah.
what do you do with McDonald? What do you do with
Because
Liam Cohen?
and Kevin O'Connell, I think, is a
Johnson.
great coach, but I mean, quarterback situation was shaky this year. He had so many injuries, so they were bad this year. But that doesn't make Kevin O'Connell a bad coach.
Kellen Moore. People are talking.
Riser. He's a riser, for sure.
Dang right.
Hashtag OTB Mailbag. Outside of Sam Leavitt, which player are you most excited about in the transfer portal edition?
I mean, y'all know I love Ty Benefield, safety from Boise
yeah.
State.
Good guy.
I continue to get more and more excited about Jace Brown. He transferred from Kansas State. I mean, he put up good numbers in kind of a bad offense this year for Kansas State. I think people realize he had over 100 yards rushing in that offense. They kind of used him in a bunch of different ways, and if anybody can get creative, it's Lane. So, Jace Brown, I'm starting to like him more and more.
I will go. I like Brown. That's a good one. I think because I did have edge rusher being my position that I think we had to see LSU upgrade at. I'll go Jordan Ross
Yeah.
from Tennessee. 6'4.5", 245. Was a top 20 national recruit when he came out of high school. I think he's got some real juice to him, so I'll go Jordan Ross.
That's a good one. Also, I watched, because I do the Handycast, so I watched some of the Ty Benefield film, and it's actually very impressive.
Yeah.
Like, he is, I'm excited about Ty Benefield. I don't know. Y'all took both of the ones that I
It's okay to have another one.
Any receiver, I guess. Like,
Out of
there's
the
so many.
13 receivers, Laundry is your favorite.
Number one player out of Maine, Hayden Craig.
There you go.
The punter.
Man.
Let's go.
Who's the offensive lineman out of Colorado?
Well, he's not in the
but
portal.
we don't have him yet.
He's just in the
I thought you
portal.
said we had him.
No.
No, we were saying that's a-
we're
This
saying like
man
that's
does
it.
just
not
entered the
Not
portal.
listen to us.
When it comes to portal talk, like, yeah, guys, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Outside of quarterback, I don't really care.
That's like breaking
I
news.
mean, I do
Jordan
care.
Seaton's still available.
I do care, but like, I'm not remembering names, guys. Sorry.
Well, you can say
I'm not a name guy.
You can say Landon Clark because I said outside of Sam Leavitt.
No.
Trey Wilson.
Just give us a name.
Ooh.
This man.
Malachi Thomas.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, you needed
Let's ride.
You need,
tight ends.
yeah.
God, tight end was, it was bad last year. Because Trey Days, he's like,
He's not a
he's
traditional.
he's just an X
Oh,
factor.
dude, no, we missed it. It's Sprinkle.
Jaquan
Jaquan
Sprinkle's a great
Sprinkle.
I'm
name.
most excited
Yeah.
about
Name
Sprinkle.
wise, I mean,
Absolutely.
Elite name wise. All right, we'll take a break, and when we come back, we'll be joined by Shea Dixon. Going to break down this transfer portal class, and again, maybe what LSU's looking to do to finish up the transfer portal class, and we'll do that right here on OTB.
Off the bench.
Matt, you know what you need this afternoon when you get home, man? You've had a long morning.
It's been a long morning.
You've had a long one. It didn't start out right with the coffee. Now, it got fixed.
The foundation of the day is cracked.
It was. But you're going to need a Dos Equis. You're going to need to go for Dos, I think, to get your day back on track, sir. So when you get a moment, you get to kick your feet up a little bit after all the work's done. Grab into that little mini ice chest you got next to your chair. Pull out a nice cold Dos Equis and go for Dos.
Yeah, I feel like it's time for one of those parties where you bring a case of beer and you walk in and be like, hey, I brought the beer. What are y'all drinking? Type situation. Go for Dos. You're going to do it. No better time than the present. Go start getting it iced down. Get it in the fridge because there's nothing better than an ice cold Dos Equis, that delicious Mexican lager with a fresh sliced lime. There is nothing better. So if you're going to do it responsibly, but do it with Dos Equis. Go for Dos.
Tigers turn talkers. This is Off the Bench.
All right, welcome back in. OTB here live from the Raising Cane's studio.
Killing bump music today, by the way. Killing it. It's no Alice in Chains, but pretty good.
Trying to catch up with our guy Shea Dixon on 3 Sports. We'll see if we can get a hold of Shea. But real quick, while we're waiting on Shea, if you're looking for a bank that feels personal again, there's always going to be First American Bank and Trust, a community bank serving Southeast Louisiana for over 110 years. They treat you like a neighbor, not just an account number. So with products that fit your life, checking, savings, mortgages, personal and business loans, and always free mobile banking so you can manage money on the go. And also you're going to get local decision making and people who live right here in the community. Not somebody that lives up, somewhere in the Northeast, or somebody on the West Coast, or somebody that lives here in this local community. Banking is easy, personal, and convenient with First American Bank and Trust. So visit them online. That's FABT.com, FABT.com to open an account online. It's quick, it's secure, and it's built around you. All right, Bob, we tried to get Shea here on the phone. We were talking kind of during the break about maybe some other position groups that outside of the offensive line that maybe LSU could add. And Tate, I know you've got one on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, linebacker. I mean, you have Whit Weeks back. Zach Weeks was a freshman last year. You hope he takes another step. But outside of Whit, you really don't have a lot of proven top-tier guys. I mean, 2 years ago, Devon Keys was really good. Not so much this past year. And it's just a position they haven't addressed yet.
Yeah, Keys was really good his first year. And he made multiple plays, and we've talked about it so many times, and he was so good. And it was a small step back for him, for sure. In space is really where Devon Keys struggled. And in coverage, he was really good his freshman year. So they got to try to find their way back for him to get back to that point where you feel really good about him if something does happen as far as an injury. Unfortunately, Whit has had kind of the same area since he hurt it in the Texas Bowl against Baylor. He's kind of had that same area. It's really the same problem. So you hope that he can play a season fully healthy, obviously. I want to see Zach Weeks, obviously, see what he can do, take some more strides. Certainly a super athletic guy, but it's not a bad idea to get somebody, a veteran player, right there in that position group next to Whit Weeks, or in case Whit Weeks does have an injury where you can plug and play that guy.
Well, you did get Jaden Breaker back, which he entered the portal, and a lot of people, kind of brushed it off as a freshman that didn't play a ton. They liked him coming out of high school. Now, this was a different staff, obviously, but Kiffin thought enough of him to keep him around. He's a guy that could play a little bit. Charles Ross, he redshirted a year ago. Everybody was high on him. I mean, every big-time program in the country wanted him out of high school a year ago. There's young guys out there. I think you have talent. I do think you have a little bit of depth. It's just, again, outside of Whit, none of these guys have played a ton, and that's just my main concern. But who do you get right now in the portal that's plug and play?
Yeah, so as you were talking, I was kind of looking at some players that are there and seeing if you could find a tie maybe with one of the linebackers that's still available. All of the top guys, for the most part, they have already gone in the portal and selected their new team. So if you got a player, it would be either a senior that you would maybe have for 1 year, like Trey Lathan out of Kansas is in the portal, or it would be somebody that was highly touted at a high school and maybe it just has not worked out for that player at their new school. So linebacker is thin, certainly, in the transfer portal. It's not a position where there's been a ton of top-tier type guys.
Mm-hmm. What's our depth on the defensive line looking like? I know we've added a couple of interior and a couple of edge rushers, but we also talked about that being like a position of need as well. You've added some, but it's not like you just got an overwhelming amount of depth there in the portal.
You've added a lot of players at edge, but Jaylen Brown from South Carolina didn't play last year because of injury. Jordan Ross, 5-star out of high school, didn't play a ton last year either. Gabe Relaford, your lone returner as far as experience, he's coming off of an injury. Now you have Damian Shanklin, who redshirted a year ago. He was a highly recruited guy coming out of high school. I mean, there's some bodies there. Dylan Carpenter actually gave you pretty solid reps. I mean, he was kind of thrown into the fire last year because of injury. I mean, you have bodies there, but again, it's a lot like linebacker. Like, you got one guy in Relaford, you know what you're going to get. Everybody else is kind of a question mark.
And so we, in the transfer portal, have signed Malik Blockton, and he's interior?
He is interior.
Okay. And then
he is a refrigerator. I saw him in the airport when I was going to, where did I just go? Peach Bowl, Atlanta, thank you. I saw him in the airport, yeah. Like, he looks like the part of an LSU SEC defensive tackle.
Yeah, I mean, just not knowing what is obviously still available out in the portal. Obviously, there's still a lot, but I'd like to see them add another one or two defensive linemen just for a little bit more depth, knowing that was a little bit of weakness. We talked about the lack of sack production we had from edge rushers, and then former defensive line coach Kyle Williams, and it didn't really fit the body type of the guys we had currently didn't really fit that kind of scheme that we were trying to run. The Bo Davis vision versus Kyle Williams' vision was a little bit different.
Yeah,
so kind of see where that goes.
More in alignment with what Blake Baker looks for.
Yep, exactly.
Or Bo Davis was more of what Bo Davis was looking for. And again, like that's what he likes. That's the kind of guys that he coaches. But I do think you've got to pair it together. There's got to be connective tissue with your defensive coordinator and what his scheme is asking you to do.
Yep. Yeah, I'd like to LSU to get back to having a bell cow defensive tackle, just a kick-ass defensive tackle. Yeah. That's what we're known for a long, long time. But according to 247 Sports, LSU, guess what they're ranked in the 2006 transfer portal?
What?
Top 5 and not 5?
Top 5, not 5.
What would that be? 1?
Top 2, not 2.
1?
So 1. That's pretty high.
Real high.
That is pretty high.
I don't know how they give points away.
Highest.
I don't know how they give points out, but we got 64.76 points. Guess what second place has?
Let's go.
54.13 points. Pretty big gap right there. Not a big deal.
Gap.
Not even close.
That's not.
On 3, it's a little bit different. It's like ranked like 20th. But
I was about to say, on 3's
they do it a little
farther.
On 3 is 22. Yeah, it's like the difference between what you lose.
They take into
and
consideration who you left versus who you get, which I don't like. The players you left is not your portal class. You're ranking the portal class. Rank the guys you come in. Like when you're ranking high school signing classes, you're not talking about the guys that went to the NFL that you lost. Like, So 247's a little bit more like black and white. Here's who you got.
Right. I'm just ranking the guys that you got.
Yes.
I will say this about the defensive line, and I agree with you. You got to have some game changers there. Now, you can't count on freshmen to be game changers, but your biggest help out of your high school class is at that position. Now, how soon can you get those players ready to go? And how, I'm saying, like, how early can they play? Is it game 3? Is it game 4? Is it game 5? Can they be ready for conference play? Because you got your top recruits, your top 2 recruits play defensive tackle. And look, Lamar Brown could play offensive line as well. Like, I don't know where his mindset is as far as what he wants to do. Is it, I want to play D-line and only D-line? Is it, I want to play fast? I want to be on the field. Like, for me, I hadn't played fullback ever. And they're like, hey, if you play fullback, you can play and start as a freshman. I'm like, line me up.
Yep.
Toes at 5, hand in the ground. Let's go. Because I want to play. He might be like that. He might say, all right, I'll go play some O-line. Sure. So you don't know exactly there. I would assume D-line, but you do have some real heavy juice coming at that position. Either way, because you still got another – I mean, you had 3 top-tier defensive tackle recruits.
Deuce Gerald's, Richard Anderson. I mean, both of those guys are top tier. You got the 2 guys out of the portal. You got Don McKinley. You still got Shone Washington. You still have Brandon Brown. Like, you got bodies. You got 6 or 7 bodies.
And let this be your reminder that
I think he ghosted us.
That we won the national championship with 2 defensive linemen playing offensive line. Shout out to Lyle and Connell.
It's true. It's very true.
It can happen.
I didn't even think about that.
So I guess our depth wasn't great on the offensive line, but we made it great.
Yeah.
With Lyle Hitt and Carnell Stewart. Let's go.
Yeah, shout out to those guys. Moving over from the D-line when they first got to LSU.
Do, but they did
and then, like, the 2011 team, like, Will Blackwell started. He was with us as a freshman. He's a D-lineman. Ended up being an All-American.
All-American,
lineman.
yeah. That's right.
Yeah, so
let's just flip him.
Just find the Jimmies and find
You're
the
a 5-star
Joes.
plus offensive line? Let's put you on defense.
5-star plus? Whoa.
Hope we get that plus guy.
Would that would obviously make our points go up.
Oh, my God.
Like, so high.
We'd have like 66, 67 points.
All right, if y'all don't
6,
stop.
7?
Yeah, I got to stop.
I knew Jake didn't like. I knew you wouldn't like 5-star plus either. It's so dumb.
It's
So dumb. Most things with recruiting.
That was a 2-star minus.
Yeah, 2-star
Minus.
Not the minus.
Minus.
A 2-star minus. That's why I love recruiting.
So in a
ratings.
2-star, is a 2-star?
They don't have those anymore. I'm not even being funny. Like, I don't see those.
So
anymore.
at the time, would
I think
that
it's
be
either 3, 4, 5 or not ranked.
Yeah, I haven't seen one in a while.
So that'd be like if you were given like a real grade, you'd be a D. You'd get a D.
Probably.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, AVs. Yeah, you'd be a D.
D for degree, baby. That's what they used to say.
D's get degrees. I think it was the saying you're looking for.
D's.
Yeah.
No, stop. You stop. All right. I don't know why Shea didn't answer. We'll see if he answers maybe later on in the show. Don't really know, but we'll take a break and more OTB when we come back live from the Raising Cane studio.
Off the bench.
All right, go to BoudreauxElectrical.com. Once you go to the website, you'll find more power, more protection, because you're going to get that free Generac quote there, top right corner of the website, because when you have that whole home generator, it is the ultimate peace of mind. No matter what the weather is, no matter what the situation is, you know that you are always ready to go in case of a storm knocking out the power for everybody in your neighborhood, but not you. You're going to be the star of the show whenever it happens. It's like you hear that little as soon as it kicks on, you're like, yeah, oh yeah, we're the star.
Yep.
Go to BoudreauxElectrical.com.
Hey, fam, I got you. Power went out in the neighborhood, no big deal. I got you. We got the lights on. Get that peace of mind for your home, for your family. And just know that no matter what happens, this crazy weather, Louisiana, we got crazy weather. I hate storms, man. They come through, they knock that power out, a tree falls down, a light gust of wind knocks the power out, whatever. Protect your things. Never let those lights go off again. BoudreauxElectrical.com.
Tigers turn talkers. This is Off the Bench.
All right, welcome back in. OTB here live from the Raising Cane's studio. Hopefully we can push Shea to the third hour of the show. We do have Nick Underhill, New Orleans Football, joining us in about 10 minutes from now.
Ooh, someone's saying if Shea doesn't show up, what's the audible here? Maybe not talk portal for a little
We
bit.
just had the audible.
Yeah, we just audibled. He was supposed to join last segment.
We crushed it.
Tay talked linebackers.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
I dropped
job.
that info from 247 Sports that LSU's got the #1 portal class
Let's
right
go.
now.
Did you bring that up just to pat yourself on the back?
Breaking news. Did y'all know that Dylan Raiola is committed to
Where do you go?
Oregon?
What?
Dan Lanning.
No
they
way.
got their guy.
No
Mind
way.
blown.
They got their guy. Dylan Raiola.
So Dante Moore is going to the draft?
Must. He shouldn't, but he,
Yeah,
even though he's going to be a first rounder, he ain't ready.
he's not.
Playing for that second contract is what they say, huh?
Yeah.
And he ain't.
I got a question for you, unless you had somewhere else you were going.
Yeah, go ahead.
How much do you think LSU is paying Sam Leavitt?
It has to be 5 to 5.
5.5 minimum, yeah.
Yeah,
I think
like
6.
yeah. I was gonna say like the 5
And if it
to
reported
7.
7, I wouldn't be
I was gonna
shocked.
say 5 to 7 range.
Are we ever
Yeah.
going to know the true number?
No,
Because like that, we saw that
Not like
There's
contract
more
come
of a
out.
range, like a pretty decent.
I was gonna say not like a confirmed number. I
Yeah.
don't think any of the numbers that you see are
Right.
like the
like,
actual
we don't actually know.
100% real number.
I want to know how much they're getting paid on the side, on the NIL stuff. Like we saw that, I think Ross Dellinger leaked it from that contract.
Yeah.
That was, who was the contract for? I can't
Brennan
remember.
Sorsby.
Brennan Sorsby.
Yeah.
It's like $3 million on an NIL deal.
Yeah.
On top of what they would be getting, the $4 million or whatever they would be offering. So like,
Well, I think
I think
that
his
part
was
of the
rev
offer?
I actually
share.
think that $3 million would offset what they would get from the actual
So,
percentage,
and-
20.5.
so an NIL would offset the rev share?
right, and that's kind. It might this is just me assuming that
That's
would
not
kind of
the
be the
spirit
I
of the
think
rule, right?
Well,
Right.
yeah,
I
you-
don't think
you,
it
you
is.
manipulate every
Yeah. You
rule that
find
you
loopholes.
can. Like you find loopholes in it. Yeah,
Lane is
like
the
that's
king
just
of loopholes.
my interpretation.
But doesn't it have
of
to be?
So it's mine too, but I'm also kind of like a lot of it is so confusing that I don't. have
Right. I ain't
like
even
a-
going to try to
Well, like,
understand this.
here's my question: is like, if you're going to say, all right, we're going to pay you $5 million, 3 of it's going to come from an NIL deal, 2 of it's going to come from the rev
Rev
share.
share.
Well, that NIL deal that you're agreeing to hadn't been cleared,
Right.
it hadn't even been approved.
But to Jake's point, what if you make 4.5 NIL, your shoots up, they take less of the, you get less of the rev share. You're still making $5 million either way.
Yeah, if it gets approved,
Right.
but you're signing a deal that's based on it getting approved.
The risk you take.
So I got a hard time believing these top quarterbacks aren't saying, no, I want $4 to $5 million of the rev share. Also, give me that $3 million on the NIL deal if it gets approved. We talked about like, is $4 or $5 million too much to pay for a quarterback? And based on real professional football, the NFL, it's not, because a starting top-tier quarterback in the NFL makes around 20% of the salary cap. So $5 million of $24 million would actually be a little bit less.
If that's what the market was, I mean, that's like what it. So
like, what was that
Texas
contract?
Tech ended up. We offered him. I think it ended up being $3.5 million to Brendan Sorsby. So Tech had obviously paid him $4 to $5 million, let's say. So what was he? The second ranked quarterback in the portal?
Who, Sorsby?
Sorsby.
Yes.
So Sam Leavitt is obviously going to be like in the $6 to $7 million range. I feel. And then
LSU was more desperate too.
Right. That's what I was going to say. You kind of you bit yourself in the foot.
Yeah.
Bingo.
Yeah.
Nailed that, Sam.
With Sam Leavitt. So you kind of had to pay him a little more than maybe you expected to pay him. So I would say, if I had to guess, Sam's contract is probably in the $5.5 to $7 million range.
Yeah, I think so too.
I think it's north of 5 for sure. Look, I
have
guess
7.
what I'm saying is I'm pretending to know like what the difference between the rev share and the NIL stuff, but there's apparently a lot that
rev share is like
really
what
knows.
the university is.
I agree, but that's the only thing that's guaranteed, right? Because you got to pass everything by clearinghouse.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, you have to imagine they've done some due diligence there too, though.
I guess. Do you
way
have to imagine that?
I do.
The way that
You
LSU
want to
has
imagine
it
that.
set up, though, is like they were way ahead of the game. Like with Playfly and the LSU Max stuff, like the NIL Max, like they already have all of that figured out. So whatever they offered Sam Leavitt, that is what he's getting.
Yeah.
Because they already figured, like LSU's super ahead of the game on this kind of stuff.
I'm sure
We could probably
Playfly
get like
dishes out
Taylor
those.
on or something to
Be
get
good,
her to talk about it.
I'm sure Playfly dishes out those checks pretty regularly too. I'm sure.
Well,
I'm sure that they never
they
wait
get
on
there first and not.
Yeah, I'm sure they never wait on those.
Well done, Taylor. Well done. All right, we're going to have Nick Underhill, Nuance.Football, join us at the top of the next hour. Kind of break down the season that was for the Saints, what it looks like in the future for the New Orleans Saints. Hopefully we can catch up with Shea Dixon. Going straight to voicemail, so definitely
Shea.
means something like in the portal's happening. He just can't answer us, so we'll assume that's happening. We'll have all that coming your way. Hour number 3, it is OTB live from the Raising Cane studio.
Off the bench.
All right, it is baseball and softball season. Practice has already started. You probably got it every day at this point with one of your children. So if you want to make sure that your team, your player has all the latest and greatest, you go to MarucciSports.com, or you go to the Marucci headquarters right there off of Segan in Baton Rouge. You can go check out the Hitter's House, which if you want to get a new bat and you're not sure which one you want, you're going to try some bats out, you can do that in the cages. You also can get a credit when you trade in your old bat as well. Gloves, hats, belts, cleats, apparel. They've got it all over at the Marucci headquarters there, and they always have it online at MarucciSports.com.
Yeah, I think like the coolest thing about that whole deal is you get to trade in an old bat, and like your kids play, they grow out of it so fast. Like it's being able to trade that in and get a new one is a fantastic. And guess what? That Hitter's House stays open 24/7, so you can always go get your cuts right over there at Marucci.